My name is Peter Bruninger with AVShowrooms, and I'm delighted to be here today in Parker, Colorado at AAaudio Imports showroom with Brian Ackerman. Brian, how are you?
Great, nice to see you again.
Good to see you. It's been a couple years since we've been here.
Yeah. So since then, I've pretty much redesigned the whole showroom.
It's killer. You're looking at it. This is wild. This is wonderful. So tell us about what's kind of new.
Well, all new products. I've been with Ypsilon for a long time. I'll probably always be with Ypsilon Electronics. I brought in the Wilson Benesch line from England.
Mm-hmm.
I've been with Wilson Benesch now for quite a few years, actually. I think it's been 4 years, roughly. And these are their new flagship loudspeakers called Eminence.
Wow.
Which were just recently reviewed by Robert Harley.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the Golden Air Award, and we're pretty proud of that. And they have about 7 models in the Geometry series. So this is their new flagship.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of new models in the line, and I have most of those models in my gallery in the back here.
Well, we'll do a short clip with the gallery in the back so people can see that. It's very cool.
Great. So these are the Hyperion model blocks. These are the new push-pull hybrid amps from Ypsilon. They've been out for probably about, 2 years, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
They
are hot.
Yeah, they've been running for almost 2 weeks straight.
Wow.
So warming them up for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sitting on the Wilson Benesch amp stands, which are specially made for these amps, the size. So you can order the Wilson Benesch amp stands in any size you want. And so we had them build them specifically for these amps.
Mm-hmm.
And the Taurus woofer here, which we like to use to complement most of our speakers. And that's the amplifier for the Taurus right there.
Okay.
And the power distributor in the back. That's actually a new model called the Power Slave Marble Mark II. So it's a little better than the one that you originally wrote about some years ago.
It's beautiful looking.
Yeah, it looks the same on the outside, but you can see by the name badge on there it's a Mark II version.
Okay.
So what they've done is they've refined all the windings inside and perfected them. They've done some additional damping and shielding inside, so it's actually another jump above the original.
And I see a full loom of stage 3 here.
Yeah, we always use and love our stage 3 cables.
Yeah.
And there's a few new models in this line as well.
Okay.
And that's the main part of the system, and then over here we have the front end, which will...
Yeah, let's go over and take a look at that next. Okay. And Brian, what do we have over here on this side of the room?
Yeah, so we got the front end over here. I like to keep that on the side of the room and out of the sound field. So I believe that running a longer interconnect to the system is better than having a big rack in between. So right here we have the Wilson Benesch R1 carbon racks. Each level is stackable, so you can go 4, 5, 6 levels, whatever you need. You can also have the height of each level to your liking, whatever height you like for spacing.
And Brian, I see these interesting feet under your system. Could you tell us a little bit about them, please?
Yeah, so we have this new line from Poland called Stacore, S-T-A-C-O-R-E. And they make equipment racks, they make pneumatic platforms, and they also make these wonderful footers. And these things are CNC machined out of a solid billet of stainless steel with a Italian slate inlay, and the inlay is sealed in a polymer damper. And we found these to work amazing under all of our equipment. So we use them a set of 3 under each component, including the amplifiers. There's no weight limit. We found them to improve the sound stage. The home foundation of the sound tightens up, and the top end becomes more liquid, and they don't seem to add anything to the sound. So I highly recommend using these now under everything that we sell. The next we have the Render. This is the new W20 SE. Just came out within weeks, actually. We just got it in. It's a really nice music server. Very happy with it. Below that is the new Ypsilon DAC called the DAC 1000. This is a multi-format DAC, and it has full upsampling, DSD, double DSD. It has the PCM. Obviously, there's separate circuits inside, so it actually has dual DACs in it. So dedicated DAC for DSD and PCM, and it automatically switches between depending on what the source is. So if it detects DSD, it'll switch to the other DAC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's auto switching, and then we have the PST100 Mark II preamp down here, which has been our reference preamp for years, and it's wonderful. And it's actually similar in the DAC that you can actually play it passively or actively. So it's like two preamps in one. In passive mode, it's just transformer attenuation, and then in active mode, it's tube input, and tube rectification.
Yeah, we had the prior model viewers under review, and you can look at the link here and or get on the AAaudio Imports showcase and see that review.
Right.
So the turntable is very impressive. What's that?
Yeah, so we were importing this line for some years, and it's been a great table. It's called the Hartvig, and it's made in Denmark. And what's unique about this table is that the designer is a machinist. So he makes the entire table. He makes the bearing on a very high-end lathe that that you make very high-end aerospace parts on. And it's an inverted bearing built into the bottom of this aluminum platter. And then this is a solid copper top platter, which actually weighs about 80 pounds. I could barely get it on there. It was so heavy. And then this is constrained layers inside here of different types of wood and acrylic sandwiched together. And then the feet are pneumatic, so they're damped internally with some type of fluid. And then there's a separate motor in the back. We're using the Akita tone arm, which is a wonderful tone arm with the Akita Kai cartridge. So this is their second from the top, and you're reviewing their new flagship, which is the 9GSS. This is one below, and their cartridge and tone arm together is magic.
Agreed.
And then we have a battery supply here, which runs the table, so the whole table is running on DC. Okay, it's a very powerful battery supply. It weighs like 40 pounds, so I mean it can run for days without charging it, literally. And then below that is the Ypsilon phono stage, which has been our favorite for a long time. The VPS 100 stereophile class A+. And then next to that is another HB Marble power distributor. And next to that is the step-up transformer from Ypsilon that we use for the phono stage. And that's the whole system over here. And then it's all wired up with stage 3 cables, which are based out of Oregon, Portland. And stage 3 is all silver and silver palladium cables with vacuum dielectrics and all kinds of innovative technologies. They make their own housings out of ceramic and carbon and epoxies, and they have all kinds of different materials that they make their housings out of. So everything's made in-house. There's no off-the-shelf parts with stage 3. And that kind of wraps up the whole front end here.
Well, good. Well, what we'd like to do next is do a little bit of listening, and then we're going to shoot a video with Luke from Wilson Bennett's going to talk in detail about the loudspeakers, and then we're going to go look at a special area, staging area behind us, and then you're going to see how AAaudio Imports ships all the components in their shipping department. So
Great.
Let's play some music now, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks,
here we go.
birds of fire. We fly over the sky. Our life is a voice. We make a road for the spirit to pass over. For the spirit to pass over. We are like the wind, wrapped in luminous wings. We make a road for the spirit to pass over, for the spirit to pass over.
Lisa Gerard was in the room with us, and how about those shakers? I mean, it was like the percussionist was like standing right here and like shaking the shakers, and you could hear the whole space of the room.
Right.
It's just an incredible, realistic sounding. It's like your own concert in a way. It's just
Better than a concert now.
well, you don't have to wait in line.
You can have someone behind you screaming in your ear.
That's right. That's right. There's someone sticking their phone up and blocking.
Right.
Yeah. So viewers, seek out this system or visit AAaudio Imports here in Parker, Colorado, and you can hear what we just heard. It's outstanding.